Is it Cole Caufield's turn to get a chance in the NHL? That's what we are going to be discussing today, whether or not the Montreal Canadiens should sign Cole Caufield to his entry-level contract, and whether or not they should bring him up to the team after the trade deadline or sooner. So I am a Montreal Canadiens fan, and you might know me for talking about Cole Caufield. Whether it's talking about what we can expect from him at the World Juniors, or on my friend Paul's channel talking about what player we can compare Caufield to, or even probably my most viewed video, my draft reaction to when the Habs took Caufield. I am very, very high on Cole Caufield, and I'm going to be talking about him a little bit more today, and whether or not I think that it's time for possibly the best goal-scoring prospect to get a chance in the NHL. So Caufield has been absolutely tearing it up at the University of Wisconsin this year in the NCAA. In 23 games played, he has 16 goals and 9 assists for a total of 25 points. Now, I expected at the World Juniors for him to do a little bit better, but he didn't exactly set the world on fire. But with that being said, he still did play very, very well. Nothing will ever beat that 72-goal season, 100 points in 2018-2019 for the USA development team. But I think that Caufield is going to get a chance in the NHL with the Montreal Canadiens, and he's going to take full advantage of it. And we're going to see the next best goal scorer, possibly the next Alexander Ovechkin this season in the NHL. Now the question is, when will we see him with the Montreal Canadiens? Now, I think that with the way that the Habs have been playing so far this season, I don't think the playoffs are possible, so I think they'll bring him up sooner than Ryan Poehling was brought up last year, but still not necessarily that quick. I think we see him just after the deadline, and I do think he'll make a huge impact for the Montreal Canadiens. Now, you may be wondering, where would Caufield fit in Montreal's lines? Now, currently, their lines are Tatar, Danault, Kovalchuk, Domi, Suzuki, Armia, Poehling, Kotkaniemi, Lehkonen, Cousins, Thompson, Weiss. Those are good lines, but we all know that Kovalchuk will not last very long on the top right wing, as Brendan Gallagher should be returning soon, hopefully from injury. With that being said, you'll have to put into consideration when you're talking about Caufield, where would Kovalchuk go? That is, if we don't trade him at the deadline. I would love to see a line of Max Domi, Nick Suzuki, and Cole Caufield. If not, a line of Poehling, Kotkaniemi, and Caufield would be superb. I think that both those line options are phenomenal. Maybe throw him with a guy like Nick Cousins. Cousins has been quite electric, and I think Nick Cousins will bring some physicality to a line where Caufield would be smaller and maybe a guy to protect him. But our defense could be protecting him. I am a little bit worried about Caufield and the possibility of him, because he is so small, potentially getting injured, but we just have to hope that that does not happen. I think that the absolute best option would be at least him with Max Domi. I would love to see Cole Caufield getting set up by a guy like Max Domi playing on the left wing with Nick Suzuki. Obviously, we've seen Domi, after he was brought to Montreal, put into a center role, and he has really thrived in that position. But with that being said, him on left wing would be nice, and it doesn't matter if we see Kotkaniemi, Suzuki, Ryan Poehling, Philip Deneau. It does not really matter who centers that line. I think any line where you put Max Domi with Cole Caufield, that line is going to pay off big time for the Montreal Canadiens. Now, for the conclusion of this video, I do not think that it is Cole Caufield time just yet. We will see how the Montreal Canadiens perform after coming back from the All-Star break and really see if they need him. I don't want to rush the process of bringing a guy like Caufield up just because I would love for him to be fully developed before he does come out into the NHL. I don't want him to really turn out like Capo Caco has been so far this season and just not be playing too well. But with that being said, I want to hear what you guys have to say. Let me know in the comments. What do you think? Will we see Cole Caufield this season, or will the Habs hold off till next season? And if he does come up this season, where will he fit in the lines and when in the season? Now, don't forget to like and subscribe, join the herd. Thank you guys all so much for watching. Goodbye.